Welcome back to China, this time the men's category from Chongqing. 4 final boulders, or should I say 2 final boulders. Doesn't matter, we will take a look at all 4 final boulders. One of them is really quick, I promise you. Okay, stop the spoilers now. I'd like to welcome our finalists, Kokoro Fuji. Welcome back McColl after a devastating year 2017. Welcome back to your first Boulder World Cup final in 2018, McColl. Then, usual suspect, Aleksei Rubtsov and Jernej Kruder. Jakob Schubert is back again as well. And our German powerhouse, Jan Hojer. Ready for the show? Let's start with Boulder 1.
Okay, boulder number 1, everyone flashed it, so we will see a time comparison here between Aleksei, Jernej, Jakob and McColl. Apparently the routesetters assumed the boulder was to be climbed in a different way. I don't know. I don't think so. In my opinion, it looked really obvious to climb it exactly this way with the heel hook release jumping into the volcano. And I liked the boulder itself really much. As an opener, it was just way too easy and way too quick over. And if 2 to 3 guys flash the first boulder, it's okay, but not if all climbers flash the first problem. We're just waiting for you, Sean, yeah, that's right, to have a detailed look at the boulder movement. Okay, let's watch Jan. Rock over to the right, then get stability with your left heel. The left heel keeps you into the left, and as soon as you release the left heel following up, Jan is tall enough to stand still on the volume. All the other competitors were swinging and jumping to the volcano, but not a big problem after this. Just some shoulder cross under match moves on simple dual text volumes. Nothing really hard or tricky, you just had to keep on fighting, and I think it was just way too easy. Way too easy, you can see it here in the ranking. Everyone had a flash before boulder number 2. Boulder number 2, power endurance, burly, and at the top you had to find really good body positioning. Otherwise you couldn't make it to the top. So everyone made it to the penultimate, the second to last hold of the boulder, in different ways. But everyone climbed it with a toe hook through the spiral part, then into the shoulder, and then onto the next triangle into a stable position. Wasn't too hard, just powerful. Even a knee bar could help a little bit. And then you had to cross over with your right hand to the zone hold. You can see the stable position, but you have to leave the stable position, and thanks to the 4-minute modus, it doesn't help you at all. And now it begins to find the complicated body position. First you had to get your left foot underneath your right hand. The toe hook helped underneath the volume as well to lean over to the left. You needed strong shoulders, and then different ways to get the stability with the toe hook, like Jakob did, and falling over to the left a little bit powerful, then using the side pull and the triangles on the left to get to the top. Jernej had this stable position and he could have walked over to the left, but he didn't put his right toe hook in. Aleksei tried something really different, going straight to the top. Not really promising, really powerful. I think he didn't read the sequence right. Maybe he didn't see the volumes to the left, I don't know. Jan took the toe hook out as well. He should have just walked further to the left with his feet, and then he tried to jump straight to the top. We can see how important it is to get the left foot onto the volume, makes it a little bit easier to move over to the left into the shoulder move. You can also see how close Jakob is with his hip to the wall and how open Jan is. Even the toe hook helps a little bit. Let's take a look at Kokoro. He switches into the left foot, really close to the wall, has tension on his left foot, swaps and switches feet, clings onto the lower volume, and tops out easy. One more time, Mr. Sean, Mr. Flo, McColl, out of the stable position, still in the stable position, thinking, reconsidering what to do. Okay, how do I go over to the left? Taking my left foot onto this volume, hip close to the wall, going slowly, straight, and now keeping the body tension with his feet, clinging onto the volume, going underneath the hole, be really stable, slowly, slowly, and reaching the left side pull out of the lower foothold and getting to the top. Flash for Jakob and McColl and boulder number 2. Kokoro needed a couple of more tries, and now to boulder number 3. This is not boulder number 3, but I think this is what the routesetters had in mind. Risky, complex, dynamic, sidestep, dyno to the right, smearing on the wall, not on a big volume like I do here, but everything we've seen is fail, fail, desperation, another fail. I don't know, looking at the walls, at the holes, at my hands, fail, getting angry, desperate, goodbye, disbelief, trying to solve the riddle, what's going on here, sidestep to the right, trying to get this crimp, a bored audience. That's what happens when we start with split categories, male and female. If one boulder doesn't work, and especially the first move, it's incredible boring. So let's slow down Aleksei and do some theory crafting here. Reaching the hold is easy, getting the stable position is hard, so maybe the left step to minimize the swing and then the right step were right. Maybe the friction was too bad, the screw-on was too little, or they had a volume there, or the hold a little bit closer to the left. I'll ask the routesetters. Nothing changed with the ranking before we go to boulder number 4, the last one, and my favorite block, the black volume climb with a lot of different solutions and 2 incredible tops by Kokoro Fuji and Aleksei Rubtsov. After the tricky start, it was important to get your feet there to the right where Kokoro is, but then even your hands to the right. And lift your left foot higher. Flexibility helped a lot. Kokoro is really flexible. To push on your right arm and get to the zone hold, which was a dual text undercling. Then flexibility again to get your right foot higher. Get into the zone hold, really powerful and awkward, and match it. So we could reach out to the right. And now go straight to the top or do a really funky, flowy match like this. Match, match, whoosh. Great flowy move. Unexpected, that's what we want to see. This boulder was hard to read and complex because you hit the volume first with your right foot. It was not that obvious to get your right hand instead of the right foot there. But if you kept your right foot there, you were just too cramped, too narrow, too close together, and then it was really hard to change into the right hand, and the right hand needed to be further outside and turned around. So Jernej is doing this right now. And then flexibility, as said before, flexibility is really important and could help a lot here. Not for Jernej, unfortunately. So he decided to go for a desperate jump, possible as well, talking about different solutions, but then he had to do the same all over again. So he ended up trying to get back into the same position as before, getting the left foot higher. Now he couldn't push with his right foot, so he takes a look lower. Where can I push with my right foot? The position is not comfortable. It's not nice. Desperately falling down. Jakob tried it with the foot to the right as well. First try he slipped off, and the second try he made it, but then it was too far away to the zone hold to push from the left volume. I couldn't force myself to cut or edit this try by McColl because it's just too good. He's doing the lower part quite controlled. He's having a good control on this volume, even able to go higher and then swing his foot over. And he's not only a boulderer, he's a lead climber as well. And he's a little bit smaller than Jakob, so he fits into this corner, maybe a little bit more comfy, even though it doesn't really look comfortable. So he fights really hard to get his feet on this volume, swaps and switches feet, so he turns his face into the crowd. He's not waving and smiling, so we can see how hard it actually is. But now he has a problem because he has to turn around 180 degrees to get to the penultimate hold. And that's what Sean is fighting for. Getting more stability with his feet. He can't see it. you can't see above the lip. So it's a real struggle, because with the zone hold he has to keep his body underneath the roof. With the left hand he gets the penultimate hold, and he can't turn like this, so he has to turn his lower body. What he's doing now, he's trying to turn his lower body all the time, having the control only on the zone hold, which is behind his head, so he can't see what's happening anymore. So he has to do a blind hand swap. Never seen this before, honestly. And now he has so much pressure on it. He tried to get the zone hold in a better position with his left hand for the jump, but he didn't really get it good. And then he slipped off because he lost control over the zone hold. Talking about control, Aleksei Rubtsov, again, he's full in control. This is his type of boulder. He jumps into the shoulder, almost a human flag without much momentum. Is flexible like Kokoro as well. So able to push over his right stretched arm into the zone hold. Flexible again. So it's a little bit easier. We can see it compared to Sean being face forward, and now instead of Kokoro he opts for a pendulum with his right leg, gets the momentum, kicks higher and gets the top hold. Bam! Done. Let's take a look at Jan Hojer. He gets his right foot on the right as well, tries to get his left hand higher on the volume like Jakob tried as well. Because he's a little bit taller, he doesn't fit at all into this corner, and he sits with so much pressure on his right leg. You can see it. Because he's taller, he can reach the zone hold, but now he has so much pressure on his feet, he can't pull on anything, and he's only pushing his whole weight onto his feet. Like, he can't really lift his body higher into a stable position, so he's screwed, and he tries to match it underneath and go dynamic, but it's not possible. He has a big disadvantage because of his height here. On the other hand, Kokoro is quite tall as well, and I think if Jan would have tried to get with his right hand to the volume like Kokoro here, he would have sent it as well, because he's not unflexible. He's quite flexible. But so Kokoro Fuji was the winner of Chongqing, the first stop in China, with 3 tops in a couple of tries, followed by McColl and Aleksei Rubtsov on the 3rd place. All over, this finals had big ups and big downs in my opinion. It started really boring with a boulder which was not important for the ranking. Second boulder was quite good. Then the third boulder was nothing. Just nothing. Overcooked, unlucky, accident, whatever happened there. It's not supposed to happen. Just makes a climbing competition really boring. Boulder 4 was really great. I liked it a lot. I think it's my favorite boulder so far of the whole Boulder World Cup circuit. But in general, something like boulder number 1 and boulder number 3 can destroy a competition and should never happen. So congratulations again to Kokoro Fuji for a good and well-deserved win in Chongqing in China at our first stop. And I'd like to hear what you think about the competition here, about the final boulders, whether you liked it or whether you were bored. And I hope we will see each other and hear each other again next week in China in a couple of days from now for the next Boulder World Cup 2018. Bye bye!